Star Wars podcast. Remember, good soldiers follow orders.
Huge ships as large as small cities blast away at each other, executing complicated maneuvers to avoid being blasted to bits. Small starfighters weave their way through the carnage, picking off enemy ships in aerial dogfights. Clashes like this happen often during the Clone Wars. Many times a space battle would be the determining factor in a battle over a planet. In today's episode, we'll be comparing the fleets of the Separatist and the Republic, analyzing their strengths and weaknesses, and the roles they played in certain battles. With the formation of the Clone Army, the Republic needed a way to transport their soldiers and protect them on their way to battlefields. Key ships in the Republic Navy include the Venator-class destroyer, which was the backbone of the Republic fleets. It had heavy turbo-laser capacity and was able to hold large amounts of starfighters. Another key ship was the Acclamator-class assault ship. Smaller than the Venator, this ship was initially used for troop transport, but later converted and equipped for combat. Now, getting to the fighter wing. The fighters used by the Republic included the hard-hitting ARC-170 with its heavy lasers and thick hull, and also the V-19 Torrent, a fast ship meant for hit-and-run tactics. Both these ships worked very well together in coordinated maneuvers, and especially considering that they both had clone pilots operating them, contrary to the Separatist droid operators. The Jedi often shared command with the officers such as Admiral Yularen, but always deferred to the more experienced officers. This is a very good command system because it really gives the perspectives of both the Jedi and these experienced commanders who have trained all their lives to be doing the job that they're doing. Obviously, the Jedi have the Force on their side, so they can sense when certain tides in the battle might be turning. But then you also have these officers who are trained in conventional warfare, who also, they can do their own thing if the Jedi has no input to give. The Republic often used precision strikes and combined arms to minimize collateral damage. This really works well with the Republic's arsenal that they had at hand. You have fast fighters along with slow, bulky fighters. You have Acclamator ships, smaller than Venators, and you have giant, huge Venators just blasting away. So it really does take combined arms, fighters, and capital ships working together to take out the enemy, really. Now, getting to the Separatist Navy, the Separatist Navy was built up over the years in preparation for the war with the Republic. It was built from megacorporations such as the Techno Union and the Trade Federation. Key ships of the Separatist Navy include the Dreadnought, the Battleship, and the Frigate. The battleships were Trade Federation freighters that were turned into massive carriers. They were able to carry large amounts of vulture droids. The Dreadnoughts were command ships, and the frigates were smaller ships for longer range engagements. The starfighters used by the Separatists include the Hyena bomber, a fast-moving bomber that could carry up to 2 bombs. Also, vulture droids made the backbone of the fighter force. Each of these ships had an emphasis on expendability and allowing for them to be made in mass quantities. They were each made with a certain AI module inside, which allowed them to think independently to an extent, and in the end, it was really just made for mass production and just basically trying to overwhelm the enemy. The Separatist fleets were often led by droid commanders, although sometimes there would be a human or alien leading the fleets, like Admiral Trench, who was a great tactician. But these commanders of the fleets would be given orders by higher-ups like Count Dooku. This didn't give the command structure much flexibility, and in the end made it very fragile. On the plus side, though, since the ships were run by droids, the Separatists were not afraid to sacrifice ships to gain an objective, often focusing on overwhelming an enemy versus outmaneuvering them or outsmarting them. One major naval battle that occurred between the Separatists and the Republic is the battle over Christophsis, where the Republic used better command and control to beat out the Separatists' superior numbers. Another big naval battle was the battle over Ryloth, where the Republic used combined turbolaser and fighter abilities to liberate a vital system. In this battle, we also saw Jedi leaders getting into their own starfighters and fighting alongside clone pilots. So this really demonstrates the command and control that the Jedi really had, and it was very flexible. They could get out there with their own men and be on the front lines in space battles. So finally, the last battle we'll talk about is the battle over Coruscant. So in this battle, it was really kind of one of the last of the war, and we saw both sides get close enough to fire full broadsides at each other. Extremely close range, and really it was kind of a battle with both sides at their finest. The fighter pilots have been fighting for 3 years, and technology was advanced enough. So, honestly, there was really no clear winner to this battle. I'm pretty sure technically the Republic won, but the Separatists managed to do a ton of damage. After the war, the Republic fleet was slowly transformed into the growing Galactic Empire, whereas the Separatist fleet was decommissioned, with many of their ships being reused later by the Rebel Alliance. Which fleet do you think was better? Which ship was the most valuable fighter? Tell me in the comments below. Hope you all have a great day. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Make sure that you subscribe, tell all your friends about it. We really appreciate it. Hope you all have a great day. May the Force be with you. Remember, good soldiers follow orders.